Okay, our next step. We've got to prepare the bread. The tuna's in the fridge. That's going to keep cold. Now we got to do the bread. The bread that the tuna is going to be laying on, it's up to you what kind of flavor of bread that you prefer. You can go with French bread. I chose ciabatta. I just cut the bottom of the ciabatta off, so it's just the bottom layer, the bottom end crust of the ciabatta, and then I section that into little pieces because we're doing individual tuna melts, obviously. So I cut that up. I place those on the board as this, and let's get started. I like to so the ciabatta will brown a little bit and golden, so it's just absolutely gorgeous. I like to put a little bit of butter on it. Not too much butter, you don't want to kill yourself, but just a little bit of butter, just for that brown golden kind of look I love. So we'll go ahead and do that. Now, I buy most of my ingredients all organic, so I find many people who don't eat organic may not say the same, but I believe everything tastes just that much better organic. So, and it's better for you. What can I say? So this is organic butter. And honestly, a lot of butters that come organic, they are not soft, they're hard. Even being in the fridge, they get harder. It's pretty bad. So I melt mine. I like to melt mine a little bit. It's better for, a little bit easier of a spread. So that's what I did right before this. Right. Finish that up. Now, as we went to our break, I turned the oven on. Honestly, 350 is what I think for everything. 350 is good. 350 is safe. 350, I do almost everything. I cook everything at 350. Maybe a little higher, give or take, but usually, to play it safe, 350 is good. So, as the oven's preheating, we're preparing this. Now let's go ahead and get the tuna back out of the fridge. We got the tuna. I also prepared some beef steak tomatoes. All right. Now, depending how hungry you are, you're going to begin to spread the tuna mixture onto our pieces of bread. I don't know. I don't like it too thick. The tuna. So, too much tuna, tuna can go a long way for me, honestly. And we're layering this, so, it's going to be a big sandwich. So, I think you're safe with just a little bit of tuna on each one. But, hey, it's up to you. Now, since I'm only cooking for me and David tonight, one can might have been the big can might have been a little too much, but that's okay because, like I said, you put this in the fridge, have it overnight, amazing in the morning. There's something about it, I told you. It's sitting with all those ingredients. It just makes it 10 times better. But we're in a hurry, so we gotta get this done. Just a little bit more. David should be home pretty soon, so usually I like to have, or at least like to get started with dinner, as he comes in, portray that, that perfect wife look. So hopefully he'll come in right on time, but he might be a little late tonight. He works hard. Okay, now I had a little bit more left, so I started spreading it out over each one of them. I'll just make David a turkey sandwich tomorrow, so that'll be fine. Okay. All right. why we have the dogs. They clean up all the mess that I make on the floor, so. Okay. Right. So now, we're gonna take our beefsteak tomatoes. And depends how much you like tomatoes. I love tomatoes. So I'm gonna put 2 on each. I didn't get the real big beefsteak tomatoes, so you know, I think that these would have fit a lot better. So, and actually I was completely right. They're perfect. Right. All right. So now we're gonna put our sharp cheddar, our fresh sharp cheddar on top of this. Now unfortunately, I cut the cheese ahead of time, but I'm not too good about cutting cheese. So it's really uneven, but you know, David won't notice. He'll be too hungry, he won't even be able to tell. So. Alright, maybe put a little bit more here. I'm a perfectionist, so I like to make it look perfect, even though, you know, it's gonna melt, it's gonna go uneven. I don't have to worry about it, but I do. Okay, now we're gonna put on a little bit of tin foil. We're gonna put it on a pan, a baking sheet. Now, I'm crazy about things sticking, so I'm gonna put on some tin foil, but I'm also gonna spray it, just because, I don't know, it's one of my fears. I hate things sticking. There's been so many times where I've done cooking and things have been ruined because they've stuck to the pan. And I'm all about presentation, so it doesn't look too good when you transfer it to a plate and it's all crumbled and crazy and, you know. So, anyhow. By the way, Coppola Chardonnay, amazing. I went to those vineyards a couple weeks ago. It was great. It was amazing. Drank lots of wine, detox maybe a couple weeks after that. I felt like I never stopped drinking. But only the best wine, so that makes it okay. Okay. So, any common cooking spray will work to put in the oven. I like to use a coconut spray oil only because coconut spray oil, if you don't use too much, it won't taste like coconut, but this can be heated to a high temperature. So I like to use this almost with everything that I have to cook at a high temperature in the oven. So spray that on there. And like I said, it probably doesn't even need it, but I like to play it safe, so. Alright, so I'm going to pop these in the oven. I'm thinking just enough time for that cheese just to melt and kind of ooze everywhere and brown. Brown just a little bit, kind of golden. I shouldn't say brown, golden. And you know, you're gonna have to watch it. I can't give you a specific time. I'll be able to after they're done being made, but otherwise 350, put them in the oven, watch them. Don't forget to watch them. You don't want to burn, then it's just going to ruin the flavor of the tuna melt. Alright. Now, I have many racks in my oven. I maybe put mine on the fourth one down, but then again, I have a lot of racks in my oven. So, it's not quite 1 rack, 2 rack, 3 rack. So, I like to keep it closer to the top because we're looking for that nice golden look to them, which makes them just perfect. So we'll leave them in there, keep an eye on them, and I'll have to show you what we've created.